Good evening and welcome to another episode of Falcon Update, live on YBTV. I'm Reed Milliken.
And I'm Chris Blakeman. Let's see what's happening at Messiah.
Taking a look at the campus COVID cases, the cumulative number of confirmed cases amongst residents and employees is currently 272. The on-campus vaccination rate currently sits at 77.2%. The current number represents the number of positive cases since December 30th, 2021, first day students were allowed to come back for the spring semester. If you look at the Messiah University COVID-19 dashboard, you also find that the university has removed the tab displaying the number of recovered cases.
Lottie Nelson Dining Hall got a new addition last week. Paul Callender is joining us live from Lottie to give us more information on this new feature. Paul?
Hey, thanks guys. We're standing outside of this giant monolithic looking structure here. You've probably seen it if you've been here to Lottie Nelson Dining Hall recently, but there's a reason why it's here right now. So as you can see here, there are like several different tiny green things growing in here. We got all sorts of plants, herbs, lettuce, spices, all sorts of craziness happening right here at Lottie. The reason they're doing that is to be more environmentally conscious and be a little bit more respectful of the environment, especially to reduce the food waste that's happening by making more food and growing more food to the environment. So over the course of the next 4 weeks or so, you might be seeing the shelf. The shelf's looking a little barren right now, but you're going to see a lot more happening very soon. So hopefully at some point you'll be able to see this food come from the shelf into the food you're eating here at Lottie Nelson Dining Hall. So like I said, it's quite the sight to see in person. So if you haven't already, go check it out. And yeah, I guess that explains why there's a giant fridge looking thing here in Lottie Nelson Dining Hall. So once again, my name's Paul Callender, and I'll send it back to the desk.
I'll be sure to check it out the next time I'm in Lottie, Paul. These next few weeks, Messiah's Multicultural Council and Black Student Union will be hosting a variety of events and activities to help students celebrate Black History Month. Let's go to Reed Milliken for more.
Today I'm outside the MCC office. Let's take a look to see what they're doing for Black History Month.
My name is Kirsten Gilmore, and I'm the president of the Black Student Union. So for Black History Month, BSU is hosting trivia tonight on this Friday. Next Thursday, from 6 to 7, we will be having a karaoke night in the MCC room. The week after that, we are releasing our podcast, which we are super, super excited for. Stay tuned for episodes coming out on February 14th, February 16th, and February 18th. And then the week after that, we have the We Matter Showcase, which is like a big talent show for all of our students of color to perform. There'll be a Kahoot, there'll be some fun prizes.
My name is Nathan Mwe and I'm the chair of the Multicultural Council. I just hope that students can get an understanding that learning doesn't just come from the classroom, it can come from interaction with other students and opening your mind to interact with different people. And I'm hoping that our events can somewhat challenge thinking perspective of students around, because one day we will leave Messiah and we are going to have to interact in the real world. And I hope this is somehow a preparation for that and to just challenge the way you think, because we learn different things when we allow our minds to be challenged.
I hope that these events bring our student body together and kind of making unity, or more unity within our students of color and our other students on campus.
I hope that students can see that Black history cannot just be fit into 1 month. And it sucks that this year it's only 28 days, but I just hope that they can reflect and see that we are all humans created in the image of God, and we like to celebrate one another, and a month is just not enough.
To learn more about MCC and to stay updated on upcoming events, you can follow them on Instagram at MU Multicultural Council. For YBTV, I'm Reed Milliken.
Well, that's one good reporter if I've ever seen one. Down in the basement of Murray Library, Devin Manzulo Thomas keeps track of Messiah's history in the archives whenever he's not teaching a class. Over the past several years, he's been in the process of writing a book, too, which is set to be published this summer. Let's go to Kelly Gainey with more on Manzulo Thomas's first book publication.
Over a decade ago, Messiah professor and archives director Devin Manzulo Thomas graduated from Messiah. After years of hard work, research, and writing, he's publishing his first book this year.
So my first book is titled Exhibiting Evangelicalism. It is the first history of museums and historical sites created by and in some ways for white evangelical Christians in the United States. The other reason that I took on this project, or kind of was interested in this project, had a lot to do with my fellow public historians and the fact that public historians, especially in the United States, have a real problem talking about religion.
His passion for educating others as a historian and writer outweighed the challenges he faced while writing the book.
My son was born in 2014. I started my PhD work in 2015, started writing the dissertation in 2017, right? So I have a small kid, I have a full-time job, I have a full-time grad program, a big dissertation that I'm trying to write. So it was really hard to find time to do this research, to do this writing. A lot of the writing was stuff that I did getting up at like 4 or 5 in the morning and writing for an hour or two before I had to come and teach, or coming back from teaching and putting off grading for a little bit to get some writing done.
Despite the challenges, he hasn't lost his love for writing.
I've always loved writing, so being able to do this was really fun.
His book is expected to be officially published and on the shelves by June this year. For YBTV, I'm Kelly Gainey.
Thanks for that story, Kelly. I sat down with Noah Friedrichs to learn more about his hobby of painting miniatures. Let's go to that.
I'm Noah Friedrichs. I am a senior and I'm painting miniatures. I've been doing it consistently for probably the past 4 years now. I can paint one quickly in maybe an hour if I really wanted to, but typically it'd probably be 6 to 8 hours of painting over the course of a few different days. It's definitely not the easiest hobby to get into. Mostly once you get the paints that you need to get started, it's pretty straightforward to do. The first thing you need is miniatures, of course, and you can get those. They have a lot of them for Dungeons & Dragons that you can get pretty cheaply. The ones I'm painting are from Warhammer, which is a series of tabletop games. Towns will have a local game store where they will sell like a lot of board games. That's usually where you'll find stuff for modeling and painting miniatures. If you and someone that you are friends with both want to start at the same time, there are starter boxes that you can get, which just contain the stuff needed for 2 people to be able to build some minis. A lot of times you can just go to one of those game stores and meet people there who are happy to teach you and like get you started.
Thanks, Chris. Seems like a real colorful guy. Last week on Friday, February 4th, Messiah University hosted once again Trivia Night at Murray Library. In the Cafe Diem corner, students competed in some friendly competition to a wide assortment of random bits and pieces of trivia and other thought-provoking questions. And to top off that excitement, students were able to relax afterwards and enjoy some free snacks and refreshments.
Please stay with us. There's plenty more coming up after this break, including the premiere of our brand new segment, The Vault.
The new athletic training curriculum at Messiah College is a 5-year accelerated program that results in completion of a bachelor's in applied health science with a concentration in pre-athletic training and a master's of science in athletic training.
When I was introduced to the athletic training program at Messiah, I knew right away that it was going to be the right fit for me. There was just so much support and so much interest in me as an individual, and that community was really something special.
I think a student should be interested in studying this program, particularly at Messiah, largely because of the people that we have. Students are going to formally participate in case studies and case reviews, and there's also opportunities for collaboration with the faculty.
My friendship with the program director, Dr. Matt Lewis, has supported my journey as a Christian, as an athletic trainer and as a scientist.
We are passionate about our students, and we're also passionate about the profession of athletic training.
You're watching Falcon Update live on Messiah University's Yellow Breeches Television.
Welcome back to Falcon Update live on YBTV. It looks like there's a lot going on this week, so let's head straight to Nolan Putnam for the campus calendar.
Good evening and welcome back to Campus Calendar. I'm Nolan Putnam. As you will see, there's so much to do this week at Messiah once again. Do not forget about the Falcon fitness classes you can join and the numerous chapel opportunities provided for you throughout the week. Here's a reminder that the Logos Bible Study meets on Monday and Wednesday nights from 7 to 8:15 in the Union Conference Room. Join them as they dive into the life of David, starting Tuesday and extending through Wednesday from 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. The Career and Professional Development Center is offering camp days located in Eisenhower. About 20 camps will have tables set up, offering information about potential summer job opportunities for you all to check out. Minds Matter will be hosting a Valentine's Day. Stop by for all things Valentine. Grab a free rose or sweet treat, play Valentine-themed bingo, or join the dating game up on the stage. You may even win one of the big prizes. There will be another Women of Color support group this Wednesday from 4 to 5 p.m. in the MCC room on the upper level of the Union. The Women of Color Support Group is a group to help empower undergraduate women of color on Messiah's campus and has space to discuss their campus experience, current events, social issues, identity, relationships, and more. If you are interested in music, performance, education, or leadership, then come to this week's Pizza with Professionals. Messiah will host alumni Mark Hunsberger, the second Director of Education and Youth Symphony Administrator of Harrisburg Symphony Orchestra, as he details his career path in the field of music education. This event will once again take place in Boyer Atrium from 12:15 to 1:15. At 7 p.m. in Frey 141, Messiah will be hosting Sarah Jackson, the Executive Director of La Casa de Paz, New Mexico. Join us in discussing immigration and how we can help immigrants as Christians. There will be a Google Meet option for those who want to attend virtually. The Office of Sustainability is raising awareness of the waste we produce on campus by collecting and counting the trash at the basketball game on Wednesday night. Come on to volunteer, to watch basketball, or both. On Thursday, Messiah University Physics Club is hosting Dr. Robin Collins, Dr. Rick Schaefer, Dr. Abbas Kramati, and Dr. Brian Smith for a panel discussion and talkback event. They will be exploring the intersections between the sciences, philosophy, and theology, and how all three fields can point back to the Creator. This event begins at 3 p.m. in Frey 110 and Frey 110. MCRF will be selling candy grams for Valentine's Day this Friday from 11 to 2 in the Union. Candy grams will be sold for $1 and placed in the mailbox of the desired person at the end of the sale. Once again, the Messiah Games Association will be holding their weekly game night in the Union Conference Room. Take a break and start your weekend with a bit of fun and games. This Valentine's Day weekend, come and listen or read poetry about love in all forms, self-love, love between friends, and other atypical expressions of affection. Food and drinks will be provided. This will also be held in Frey 110 and goes from 7 to 9 p.m. And to finish this week, Lost Films is showing One Night in Miami, a fictional account of one incredible night where icons Muhammad Ali, Malcolm X, Sam Cooke, and Jim Brown gathered discussing their roles in the civil rights movement and cultural upheaval of the 60s. Showings are Friday at 8 p.m. and on Saturday at 4 and 8 p.m. in Parmer Cinema. Tickets and popcorn are free with a Messiah student ID. That sums up this week's campus calendar. I'm Nolan Putnam.
Thanks, Nolan. What's your favorite food? Rosie Schiano is serving up answers with this week's Falcon on the Street.
I'm this week's Falcon on the Street reporter, Rosie Schiano, and today we're asking people what their favorite food is.
Monte Cristo.
Mac and cheese.
Anything from Hellenic cuisine.
Chicken parm.
My favorite food is sushi.
Chicken Alfredo.
Avocados.
French dip sandwiches.
My favorite food has got to be my mom's spaghetti. Without a doubt, nothing can beat it.
That's it for this episode of Falcon on the Street. For YBTV, I'm Rosie Schiano.
Thanks for that, Rosie. All the snow is just about melted. But what does the coming week have in store for us? It's Riley Williams with the Falcon Forecast.
Let's check out this week's Falcon Forecast. I'm Riley Williams. We're heading into the second week of February, and in the words of our very own Chris Blakeman, why is it so cold? We're currently sitting at 36 degrees on campus, and we expect it to get a little cooler tonight, dropping down to 30 before the night is over. Tomorrow, we'll see a high of 37 degrees and a chilling low of 22, and a good chance of cloudy skies. On Wednesday, the temperature will start to warm up during the day with a high of 50 and a low of 32. Thursday, we see a high of 46 and a low of 27. And on Friday, it'll creep back up to a high of 48 and a low of 39. As we move into the weekend, we'll see Saturday brings us back up to a high of 51 and back down to a low of 24. While Sunday will creep back down to lower temperatures with a high of 32 and will get all the way down to 18 degrees to finish off the week. That's all for this week's Falcon Forecast. I'm Riley Williams, throwing it back to the desk.
Thanks, Riley. Have you ever wondered what it's like in the campus post office? Well, here's Paul Callender delivering an inside look for this week's Bird's Eye View.
I'm Paul Callender, and here's a bird's eye view of the Messiah Postal Services. The university's postal services here are open from 9 to 4 from Monday through Friday, and they work non-stop to get your package in your hands. So if you've ordered a package before, you might receive it here from Messiah University's lockers, or if you order on Amazon, now you have the option to use Amazon lockers, which means you go straight into one of these, you enter your code, and you're all set. All right, so today here I'm joined by
Scott Snyder.
Nice to meet you, Scott. Yeah, tell us about your job here. How long have you been working here? What kind of work do you do on like a regular basis?
I'm actually here just over a year. I started December 1st, 2020. I come in about 7 o'clock in the morning and I receive the mail from the post office. Truck pulls out back, and then it is brought into here, and it's letters, boxes, and blister packs, that kind of thing, or bags. Our biggest question probably, or biggest confusion, is when they get emails, the students that is, from the shipper. A lot of times the shipper will send an email saying it's been delivered. Unfortunately, it doesn't mean it's been delivered to their mailbox all the time. Sometimes it could be down to Mechanicsburg post office. Sometimes it could be elsewhere on campus and it just hasn't gotten to us yet. And or it could be in the lockers down the hallway, which are Amazon lockers.
Cool. All right. Well, Scott, hey, thank you so much for the great tour around here.
All right.
Yeah, that was a bird's eye view of the Messiah Post Office. Once again, I'm Paul Callender signing off.
Thanks for that investigation, Paul. It's time to introduce our brand new segment, The Vault. Let's send it back to Kelly Gainey for our first Messiah history lesson.
Welcome to The Vault, where we unlock Messiah's history. I'm Kelly Gainey. This month we celebrate African American history across campus. But did you know that the first African American student here was a woman by the name of Rachel Flowers in 1918? Here, she's seen with fellow students in these pictures taken in the basement of Old Main. Rachel was born in 1900 and was passionate about education and writing, as she submitted several articles to the Philadelphia Tribune arguing for desegregation of schools and education for African Americans. After Messiah, Flowers went on to back up her passions as a teacher using her knowledge of English, French, and Spanish. She passed away in 1988. That's all for this week. Tune in next week to see what we unlock next here on The Vault.
Thanks, Kelly. Up next, we'll take a look at sports, including a familiar face who's back with the men's basketball team.
We aren't going anywhere, and we hope you don't either. More Falcon Update right after this.
My name is Curtis Seaman. I'm a senior journalism major. So my entire life, I've really enjoyed writing, really enjoyed sports. I thought that if I combined the two, sports journalism would be the perfect major for me. I feel very prepared for post-graduation with practicum. That's been a huge help. You have to participate in 3 different mediums of communication, media, throughout the class period. And to be able to do things like radio and television and writing has just kind of really helped to broaden my horizons. And in terms of writing, I'm also excited to use all of those skills that I've learned as well. Obviously, the professors here in the communication department are fantastic, and they really know how to get you to drill down and get you to write the best that you possibly can. In a senior sem, Dr. Dixon prays before every class, and a lot of other professors do that. To be able to pray in class, to be able to talk about faith-based things, it's just huge, and I really have appreciated that all 4 of my years here at Messiah. So right now I'm interning at WGAL 8 in Lancaster, which is just a TV station, NBC affiliate. The hours are a little rough. They're from 4 in the morning until noon, but that's also been a look ahead of what it's going to be like in my career in the future, so that's been also a good experience. For MC77, my sophomore year was the first year I did. I started on camera, moved to floor manager. I've done everything from camera to producing, executive producing, anchoring, VTR, audio. You can do pretty much any role. They're more than willing to give you the chance to make mistakes, but also to learn, because the time is now to make mistakes before you go out and are working for a real television station. MC77 has definitely given me a ton of great experience and prepared me for what's to come with that, and I'm excited to use that more within bigger TV stations and more live television day in and day out.
MC77 is now officially rebranded as Yellow Breeches TV.
You're watching YBTV.
Welcome back to Falcon Update on YBTV.
This season, a familiar face rejoined the men's basketball team as Willie Hope joined the Falcons coaching staff. Here's PJ Rydell with more on Coach Hope's return to Messiah.
Men's basketball assistant coach Willie Hope is no stranger to Messiah, returning to his alma mater after graduating in 2018. Upon returning, he realized how much he missed being a part of the team.
That's the part that I missed, was just the camaraderie of a team.
Hope graduated as a broadcasting major and picked up a job at a TV station in Hazard, Kentucky, where he worked as the sports director until his return to Messiah in 2021.
Like that. So, yeah, it was a job, and I was like, I got to get into the industry somehow. So when they offered me the job, when I went down there, I got a good feeling about the place. I like the people who I interacted with there.
After growing tired of the broadcast industry, Hope took the opportunity to return to Messiah as an assistant coach under his former coach, Rick Van Pelt.
It was a perfect opportunity, and I like my 4-year experience. I want to help guys have the same 4-year experience that I had. I want them to love their 4 years playing here, love the guys they play with, love the team, love the culture, love the school, and actually grow as a person over those 4 or 5, I guess, with COVID years and stuff like that, grow over those 4 or 5 years.
Hope's goal for the team is the same goal that he had as a player.
The goal is always win a MAC championship. We want to strive for excellence. We talk about having a ministry of excellence, and so we want to achieve the highest goal in our conference, win the MAC championship.
The Falcons will shoot to achieve their championship goals when the playoffs begin in 2 weeks. For YBTV, I'm PJ Rydell.
Thank you, PJ. Speaking of men's basketball, the Messiah men's basketball team was victorious over the LVC Dutchmen last Wednesday night. With a high-scoring game of 74-63, leading the team with 20 points was Will Young, and behind him was Tyler Pentley with 14. The Messiah Falcons also played on Saturday night and brought home another win against Immaculata University as the team celebrated its seniors. The Falcons' next game will be versus Stevenson University on Wednesday.
Messiah women's basketball team added another win to their book while facing the LVC Dutchmen last Wednesday evening by a final score of 67-46. Leah Springer led the team with 24 points. The win over the Dutchmans was the Falcons' 12th consecutive win. The Lady Falcons are scheduled to play again on Wednesday, February, at the Hitchcock Arena against Stevenson University.
Messiah men's volleyball started off the week with a tough loss to the number 11 in the nation, Juniata College, on Tuesday. However, the Falcons turned the momentum in their favor quickly on Thursday, dominating Immaculata University 3-0 in a game that lasted only 52 minutes. The Falcons' hitting percentage of 68.5% in the match set a new program record. Falcons hold a 3-3 record on the season and host King's College tomorrow night.
Messiah Wrestling hosted the Messiah Open on Saturday as several Falcons competed against Division III opponents throughout the day's action. 8 Falcons finished in the top 8 of their respective weight classes by the end of the day. The Falcons' wrestling season is almost complete as they hold 2 more duels against Elizabethtown and the College of New Jersey next weekend.
For Messiah's indoor track team, Esther Sealand set a new record for the 3rd week in a row. On Saturday, Sealand set a Division III indoor track record in the 800-meter contest with a time of 2 minutes, 5 seconds, and 90 milliseconds. The record is technically unofficial for the 800-meter contest overall, as she ran on a 200-meter track, but her dominance this season has been nothing short of incredible nonetheless. For the men's indoor track team, Brendan Provin's first-place finish in the triple jump highlights the action, as he earned the top mark with a distance of 14.05 meters. The Falcons indoor track team will next compete at Susquehanna University next Saturday.
That's all for this week's Falcon Update. Thank you so much for joining us.
But don't go away. Stay tuned for YB Tonight with a special guest you won't want to miss.
Forests bring people together, feed the soul, and improve our well-being, cleaning the water we need, the air we breathe, and making our climate livable. Fires and natural disasters devastate our forests each year. That's why the Arbor Day Foundation is working to replant millions of trees across the country. Visit arborday.org and see how you can help.
What?
The nursing program at Messiah College prepared me in multiple ways. It really just helped me grow in my faith, first of all, but also in my vocation. I have found that adjusting to the work environment has been easier, and I feel that it was very much to do with Messiah College's nursing program.
The simulation labs here at Messiah, the ones that we used as students, are very comparable to the local hospitals.
My first job offer was here during a shadowing experience through the college. I interviewed and I pretty much got the job offer right there.
What I really like about Messiah students is that they look at nursing as a profession and a career, and they tend to do very, very well.
The fact that we are CCNE accredited says that we are engaged in effective educational practices. This means that the student who comes to Messiah College can be assured of receiving the highest quality nursing education and that their degree will be recognized by top healthcare organizations and graduate programs.
A lot of the relationships that I have with my classmates are very, very special. Nursing can be challenging, and so it's very nice to have friends that know what you're going through. One thing at Messiah College which is really great is how the Christian faith is brought into almost every part of your college career. In a lot of the classes, you have sometimes a devotional or it's integrated into the course curriculum somehow.
The faculty at Messiah cared for me as a learner and as a person. They poured time and energy into me and supported me in my troubles and shared in my successes.
Come visit, set up a time where you can meet up with a professor, sit in on a class. It's a great way to see what Messiah College is all about and just an overall amazing experience.
Good evening, Messiah. Welcome back to YB Tonight. I'm Rosie Schiano.
And I'm Brendan McNeil.
Tonight we'll hear a musical performance by Elizabeth Crognally, followed by a dance that Elizabeth choreographed herself. After that, we'll sit down with Elizabeth to hear a little bit more about how she does it all. Stay tuned for this incredible performance after the break.
My name is Macy Thornton. I'm a senior and I'm a public relations major. I was initially drawn to the public relations major because I've always been great with people and the skills are very transferable. One thing that's definitely unique to Messiah is that they teach from a Christian perspective, and I've been able to use that in internships and those types of opportunities. The professors are great, they're very approachable, and they genuinely want to see you succeed. I'm involved in athletics in that I'm on the Messiah women's basketball team, and it's been one of the most enriching experiences of my life. I'm in a class called Senior PR Campaign, and we're working for an actual nonprofit organization off campus, so we're helping them with some PR related things, and it's just really great to actually put theory into practice and to feel like you're making a difference even though you're still in school. And I also had the opportunity to do an internship with a minor league baseball team. PR practitioners have to conduct themselves ethically. They have to have integrity. They have to be honest and transparent with the people they work with. So ethics is a big part of public relations. I believe Christian PR practitioners are called to hold themselves to a higher standard because of their beliefs, and that should show in their professional life. I feel very prepared with regard to the experiences I've had, the internship opportunities I've had, and the knowledge I have that the PR major has given me and the skills I've attained through it.
Crognally, right? Crognally. Welcome back to YB Tonight. I'm Rosie Schiano. Let's welcome Elizabeth Crognally performing with her ukulele.
I ride my bike to work every morning. I ring my bell, make sure my helmet's tight. At every turn I issue a warning. This arm is for left and this arm is for right. At the red light, a Toyota pulls beside me. The pretty woman inside, it gives a smile. That happy grin is enough to provide me with total satisfaction for a long, long while. And I don't have a car because of pollution, so completely not, 'cause I'm much too scared to drive. I've gotten pretty far in my evolution. I don't need a lot to be totally alive. I tuck my polo shirts in my Levi's, 'cause it looks sharp, okay? And it makes me feel secure. How come every person I receive tries to tell me I need something more? I mean, come on, what for? And I don't need a girlfriend, I've got a goldfish. She needs my attention, 'cause she is nearly 5. I don't have a secret dream or some bold wish, and I don't need a lot to be totally alive. I'm fine with what I got, I feel totally alive. I got a Captain Kirk action figure in the original packaging I've had since I was 10. I'd never open it or shake it, too afraid I'd break it. I've had self-control since way back then. Got a sweet one-bedroom pad and a loving widowed dad. Poster signed by Mazzy Star, World of Warcraft avatar. 40 years of moving at a constant speed. There's nothing else I really need. And you may think that I want more than I let on, but I'm really fine, so no need to be appalled. I'm this way by choice, and what you can bet on is I'll keep moving forward, the opposite of stalled. And I don't have a car 'cause they're overrated. I don't have a girlfriend and somehow I survive. So I've gotten crazy far, and just as I stated, I mean what I said, I feel totally alive. Straws of helmets on my head, I feel totally alive. I'm the opposite of dead, I feel totally alive. I just don't see a whole lot of sun. And lately I just can't seem to have any fun. I look outside my window. It's so dark I feel my eyes begin to close. Seasonal depression's got me sleeping off the days, and I've wasted all my time feeling gray. When the sun peeks out, I'll sit outside to bask in my tiny bit of light to warm the cold that I feel inside. Been locked up in here with the rain coming down. Tried to fool myself to lift up my frown, but a cup of tea and a nap don't solve my problems. I don't like LA except for tacos and Venice, but God, I would move, catch some rays and play tennis, and tell my Lyft driver to turn up the volume. Seasonal depression's got me sleeping off the days, and I've wasted all my time feeling gray. When the sun peeks out, I'll sit outside to bask in my tiny bit of light to warm the cold that I feel inside. We're all just trying to get by, searching desperately for a bit of blue in the sky. Sometimes it's hard to wake on up. It takes more than loads of coffee in your cup. 'Cause seasonal depression's got us sleeping off the days, and we've wasted all our time feeling gray. When the sun peeks out, I'll sit outside to bask in my tiny bit of light to warm the cold that we feel inside. Don't you worry there, my honey. We might not have any money, but we've got our love to pay the bills. Maybe I think you're cute and funny. Maybe I wanna do what bunnies do with you, if you know what I mean. Oh, let's get rich and buy our parents' homes in the south of France. Let's get rich and give everybody nice sweaters and teach them how to dance. Let's get rich and build a house on a mountain, making everybody look like ants. From way up there, you and I, you and I. Well, you might be a bit confused, and you might be a little bit bruised, but baby, how we spoon like no one else. So I will help you read those books if you will soothe my worried looks, and we will put the lonesome on the shelf. Oh, let's get rich and buy our parents' homes in the south of France. Let's get rich and give everybody nice sweaters and teach them how to dance. Let's get rich and build a house on a mountain, making everybody look like ants. From way up there, you and I, you and I. Oh, let's get rich and buy our parents' homes in the south of France. Let's get rich and give everybody nice sweaters and teach them how to dance. Let's get rich and build a house on a mountain, making everybody look like ants. From way up there, you and I, you and I.
That was beautiful, Elizabeth. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back for her to dance to a choreographed performance by her. Stay tuned.
You're watching YBTV live on YouTube. Check out our channel after the show for more great content from Messiah University.
It should be fun. I love s'mores.
Me too, especially on a campfire.
The best.
Golden brown.
You're watching YBTV.
Welcome back to YB Tonight. I'm Rosie Schiano. Without further ado, please welcome Elizabeth back as she performs a dance she choreographed herself, titled First Love, Late Spring.
Where
That was stunning, Elizabeth. After the break, we'll get a chance to sit down and talk to Elizabeth some more about her art. Don't go anywhere.
The new athletic training curriculum at Messiah College is a 5-year accelerated program that results in completion of a bachelor's in applied health science with a concentration in pre-athletic training and a master's of science in athletic training.
When I was introduced to the athletic training program at Messiah, I knew right away that it was going to be the right fit for me. There was just so much support and so much interest in me as an individual, and that community was really something special.
I think a student should be interested in studying this program, particularly at Messiah, largely because of the people that we have. Students are going to formally participate in case studies and case reviews, and there's also opportunities for collaboration with the faculty.
My friendship with the program director, Dr. Matt Lewis, has supported my journey as a Christian, as an athletic trainer, and as a scientist.
We are passionate about our students, and we're also passionate about the profession of athletic training.
You're watching Falcon Update live on Messiah University's Yellow Breeches Television.
Welcome back to YB Tonight. I'm Brendan McNeil. I'm sitting down here with Elizabeth after her great performance. How are you doing today, Elizabeth?
I'm doing pretty well, thank you.
Great. So, one thing I want to hop right into is what first got you into dancing just as a hobby?
So I started dancing when I was 3 years old, just kind of as a thing that you do as a 3-year-old, just your parents put you in it. But then it transitioned into kind of a form of self-expression.
All right, and when did you first start performing in front of an audience?
I started performing probably around the same time I started dancing, so when I was 3.
Okay, and did you start, I'm assuming you didn't start choreographing your own that young, but do you remember when you started choreographing your own dancing?
Yeah, so I started doing choreography when I was around 7 years old, just because that's when I moved to Africa, and so I didn't have any classes anymore, but I did have normal choreography kind of thing that I was just doing as part of a hobby instead of taking classes.
All right, and what is your favorite part about performing your own choreography?
I think my favorite part is that it's a form of expression for who I am. I feel like dance is really a part of me. It's hard for me to understand myself without dancing, and it's just like a way of expressive movement.
And do you choreograph for just yourself, or you do it for others as well?
I choreograph for both myself and others. I'm part of Acclamation Dance Ministry, so I teach a Modern One class, so I choreograph for a group of girls that I teach.
And if you don't mind, can you tell me a little bit about your creative process? What kind of thought goes into when you come up with your own choreography?
I honestly usually start out with an emotion or like some sort of just feeling that I want to portray, and then it kind of translates into dance. I kind of just let whatever happens happen. I usually will videotape, so that way I can kind of go back and look at it, and then I just kind of base it off of whatever I'm feeling at the moment.
Great. And when it comes to dancing performance and vocal performances, how does the preparation for those two things differ?
I think vocal performances have a lot more like preparation that I have to put into them, just because it's something that doesn't come quite as naturally to me. Like I love both singing and dancing, but I feel like dancing is more of an extension of me than vocal performances are.
Great. And where do you hope to be after college? What do you plan on using your degree for, and do you plan on using dance as you move forward in life?
Yeah, so I would like to do some kind of psychology research, potentially using dance as a type of therapy or like as a type of treatment for different mental illnesses.
Can you tell me something you enjoy about the Messiah dance program?
Yeah, I really like how we integrate faith into our dancing. I think it's really important to recognize that, like, unlike secular dance companies, we are dancing for the glory of God, not for the glory of us. Each performance that we do is for Him. It's not to look good or to like just do the movement. It's worship.
That's great. It's a great way to look at it as well. How does choreographing numbers for yourself differ from choreographing it for others?
I think as a perfectionist, it's easier to choreograph for myself because I don't have the fear of anyone else kind of like ruining my vision, I guess. But choreographing with a group is really nice because you can get input from people, and so you can kind of get like feedback on what would look better, even if like in my modern one acclimation group, like they're not all experienced dancers, but sometimes they'll be like, that looks really cool, let's do that. And so that's something that's really nice about dancing with others. Yeah, it's very special. One final question I have for you. Is there anything you would like to tell people that are just getting started in dancing or singing, and what advice would you give to beginners? I would say just keep trying. If you feel like you're messing things up, then you're just see it as learning. Don't see it as, oh, I embarrassed myself in front of people, or like things like that. Like every experience is a learning experience, and it's a good idea to just keep trying. Even if you don't feel like you're good at it, just keep trying. You will get better. Even if you're not the best, at least you're doing it your way. That's great. Well, thank you so much, Elizabeth, for being here tonight. And thank you to everyone for watching YB tonight. A huge thank you to Elizabeth again for her performance, not only her singing, but also with her dancing. And for myself, Brenda McNeil, Rosie Sciano, and all of us here at YB tonight, have a great night, Messiah, and we'll see you next week.